Deontay Wilder has extended a unique challenge to Francis Ngannou. The challenge involves two separate fights, one in boxing and the other in mixed martial arts. After they met at the UFC Apex in Las Vegas, Wilder said he and Ngannou talked about the potential of a boxing showdown. He also discussed the idea with UFC President Dana White, but nothing came of it while Ngannou was still under contract with the company. Deontay Wilder has promised to give it his all to beat Francis in an MMA fight rather than depending on hype or excitement to incite their rivalry. The former heavyweight champion respects MMA as a sport, and is prepared to train with a top trainer in order to get ready for the match. "I know how to do that. I don't have mixed martial arts experience, but of course if that happens, I'm going to get training and go from there. I wouldn't just go in not knowing anything. If I'm going to do it, I'm really going to put in the effort. Because he'll be training right where I am, why would I not train in what he does? I might cross over. This is my new home. For sure, I'll get one of the best trainers out there." Ngannou hasn't responded to Wilder's challenge as of yet, but given that the former UFC champion is now free to choose who he fights next, this surely seems like a chance for him to achieve what he wants. Alexander Volkanovski has expressed doubts regarding Islam Makhachev's claim to the top spot in the pound-for-pound rankings. At UFC 284, Alexander Volkanovski will upsize to compete for Makhachev's lightweight title. Despite Makhachev's recent octagon wins, Volkanovski is still skeptical of his rival's claim to the top spot. Some current and former UFC champions, such as Kamaru Usman and Leon Edwards, have faced tougher competition. Despite this, Volkanovski believes that Makhachev has a strong case for being ranked number 2. "Do I think I had a harder path to pound for pound and all that? Yeah, look at my resume. But pound for pound, do I think he's as good as number 2? Yeah, for sure. I believe he definitely deserves to be up here. He is a great fighter. Again, you probably look at the resume. It's still a good one, but it's probably not as good or as deep as some of ours. But at the same time, when it comes to skill, he's definitely right up there." The top 2 fighters in terms of pound-for-pound competition will square off in the octagon for the first time ever in the UFC's 3-decade history. One of the biggest fights of 2023 is likely to be the highly anticipated contest between Makhachev and Volkanovski, which has the potential to break pay-per-view records. Who do you think will come out on top in this fight? Let me know in the comments below. Israel Adesanya is highly confident that Alexander Volkanovski will secure the lightweight belt and become a double champion this coming Saturday. Alexander Volkanovski has his sights set on cementing his legacy even further. He will compete in the lightweight division on home soil for the first time since his UFC debut in 2016. In an effort to win the coveted 155-pound championship, he will this time compete against Islam Makhachev, the newly crowned lightweight champion. Israel Adesanya believes that Volkanovski will claim the lightweight belt on Saturday, solidifying his place in UFC history. In a recent interview with the Mac Life, Adesanya discussed his views on Volkanovski's upcoming battle. "He shines under pressure. I expect nothing less from him this weekend. Look, he has a tough task ahead of him. Let's not mince words or make mistakes about that. Islam is that dude, and I like the way Alex says just keep that same energy when it's over. Don't try and tell me, well, he's only fought 2 top 10 guys. Well, he's not actually Khabib. Nah, keep that same energy. I don't think Islam's gone past round 3, so there's that. Everyone wants to be a champion until you have to go 5 rounds, and you have to train for 5 rounds. I know they do their work with respect to their dynasties, but yeah, respect to our dynasties as well on this side of the world. They're gonna find out." Check out the full interview by following the link in the description below. Islam Makhachev has responded to Bobby Green's accusations that he using performance-enhancing drugs. Prior to his loss to Drew Dober in December, Bobby Green made claims that Makhachev and other MMA fighters from Dagestan were raised using performance-enhancing drugs, starting at the age of 10. "I found this little video, and it said Islam had a little trouble with drugs. I don't see people talking about him. So, he was saying when he first came over that at the school that he trained at in Russia, they just gave him vitamins. They've been doing it since when you first start training. Consider how strong someone would be if they were given steroids at the age of 10. He was really strong, it makes sense now. There was something interesting about Islam. I felt it. It's just not human." Islam responded by attributing his success in the sport to hard work and dedication rather than any unnatural means. I am not like Bobby Green. I am not drunk do some bad stuff. I'm training hard, that's why. That's why he feels the power. I told you, all the fighters say. I am going to defend his wrestling. But when a fight is happening, when I take down my opponent, they all feel my power. This is not because I am good. It's because I've trained all my life. That's why. Thanks for watching. If you're a fan of MMA, be sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications, so you never miss an update. Also leave a comment below with your thoughts on today's news. Keep supporting the sport, and we'll see you in the next one.